my dream for the quest is that as they go into high school, it will become, maybe, like you said, sometimes these ideas are really big and it could take decades for them to research, but become a real business that they could start pursuing. That maybe by the time they are seniors in high school, the presentations of the quest are something we're legitimately seeking funding for.
Yeah.
Or that, especially, there's a reason why we pick multiple children from each rural community. We don't just pick one child from one village and another child from another. They come in groups of 4 or 5.
Okay.
And part of that is for just the ease of them helping each other out with transportation and
Right.
having a sense of belonging. But another big piece is how great would it be if the 4 or 5 of them came around a single business idea and took it back to their rural community and worked together on developing that idea. So as they get older, as we continue running the quest, that's my dream, is that it becomes less of a theoretical skills assessment and more of this real thing that they can apply in the real world to bring real change to people's lives.
Before we wrap up here,
I mean, there's so much more we could talk about, but I really appreciate the questions you've been asking, because I do think it creates this broader perspective of why it's so necessary. And Kenya is I think the thing I would add is that Kenya is on the rise. And part of the gap that we feel like Canopy Life is filling is that there is a lot of innovation in the capital city and even some of the suburban areas, but it will be decades before this innovation reaches the rural villages if someone doesn't stand in the gap. And we're hoping that Canopy Life is going to be that place where rural leaders for the future can get ahead and create industries that their community can benefit from. And we're learning anyone who would like to be a part of this, or who has more insight, who has an in with the D School, or wants to help us grow in this area, we're very, very open to it, because innovation is, if nothing else, collaborative. And it takes so many voices. We've been trying to take these ideas and reshape them for what the kids can comprehend. We're jumping a lot of cultural gaps and a lot, not just Kenya and the US, but like urban and rural.
Yeah.
Having to jump over a lot of gaps to fill it. And anyone who's been doing that, if there's anyone listening to this podcast who has been trying to implement innovation in a rural or materially poor country, I would love to talk to you.
Yeah, that's great. And I think it's cool to end this on a hopeful note too.
Yeah.
Starting with talking about the odds being against these kids, ending with hope that they can identify problems. You're giving them hope that they already have, but just reinforcing that hope that you can work against these odds, and there are people around the world that are there to support you and help you in that journey.